Can we talk about the latest update put out by Vernon and Extreme Flyers?
Geeksvana is your drone channel.
Hey everyone, my name is Sean and welcome to Geeksvana. Today, the 13th of April 2020, has seen another update posted by Vernon at Extreme Flyers. I had no intentions of making a video about this particular part of the Microdrone 4.0 project. As backers will be aware, we're still waiting to be able to release our full video on our investigation into the campaign. This has been delayed to allow other investigations to develop and progress. However, as so much information has come up to us regarding this single update, I wanted to provide a point of reference for backers looking for the information. Today, I will break down the update itself along with the accompanying video. This will include raw data from 3 videos which have been sent to me over time from Vernon, all supposedly from the same drone, tweaked and enhanced over time. We have held messaging conversations with Vernon Kerswell today, who has also provided new information and footage. One thing I'd like to say as balance is that Vernon has answered my questions today quickly and provided what he says are raw footage clips very quickly. So let's take a look. First up, and the text portion of the update talks a lot about the current COVID-19 crisis and the impact it's having on the project. Certainly the crisis is gripping the world right now, and we can all see why this might still continue to have an impact, although it of course does not explain away the previous promises and delays. Vernon states in the update that he wanted to provide a video of the improvements, which include added colour grading to the camera, reduced vibrations in the propellers, and an increased responsiveness of the gimbal. My analysis of this video and the raw footage is coming up. Later in the text update, he states that production will be resumed in the next 2 weeks. Although it should be noted that in previous interviews published by us at Geeksvana, Vernon confirms that the existing models would need to go through another test run to be produced before the full production is signed off. We put this to Mr. Kerswell today and he confirmed, "I think it would be a good idea to go slowly. Maybe do another small batch and use the 300 drones as a control, then 500, then 1,000 and scale up from there." I responded that this was as I thought, and then Vernon replied, "We've gone too quickly in the past. Like the 3.0, we did too many in the first batch." So the statement in the update where Vernon discusses the production resuming in the next 2 weeks should not be taken as perhaps it reads. The drone is still being production tested and developed. Should any more issues come up with the next 300 run, as has done previously, full production will again be delayed. I would personally question why this campaign is still marked as in production on the Indiegogo page. Viewers of our last interview with Vernon will remember the rather awkward interaction we had when trying to confirm who the team members were he signs each of the updates from. This included an intern who Vernon confirmed had left the company last year. We're pleased to report that Vernon has updated this now to simply say Vernon and the Microdrone team. Shame he decided not to list any of the 10 full-time employees he informed Geeksvana he had in the interview, but at least they have stopped mentioning junior staff who have left. After the update video was released, a number of backers raised issues with it. This is natural due to the lack of trust which is now present between some backers and Extreme Flyers. Most of the issues raised were over the limited amount of FPV drone footage, the fact that this FPV footage had drone motor audio, and the similarity between the handheld video and the drone footage itself. We put a range of questions to Mr. Kerswell over Messenger, and he then provided 2 clips of what he claims are the raw footage from the shoots. Firstly, we asked why there was drone audio in the FPV clip. He confirmed, "The sound is because the footage was added to the movie file. Essentially, this is the continuation of me filming it from the ground." So here, he is saying he was following the drone with the handheld device and layered the drone FPV footage on top. And that is the audio from the handheld device which can be heard. Interesting. Others have mentioned the similarity between white balance and colours, etc. I'm informed by my own advisors that this is common to an extent when filming indoors under light. The differential will usually be more obvious when outdoors under natural light. So next up, the raw file sent to me by Vernon. As many backers already know, you can email me for a link to the original file shown. The clip of the FPV raw footage looks similar to the footage within the update video, although I would argue there is more stabilisation issues with the raw footage, and both the final update video and the raw footage show some signs of jello. When I asked Vernon about the different video sources, he confirmed that the FPV video is from the latest drone, not a previous prototype. and he confirmed the handheld to be from an iPhone 8. After pressing him, Vernon provided the following raw footage from the iPhone. Blink and you would miss it. To me, it is bizarre why they would send such a short clip and one which appears to show the drone in less than optimal control. Next up, I'd like to show you the property details from 3 videos. The first one on the left is from the promo video of the cyclist riding round the bend. The second is a clip recorded especially for Geeksvana and sent to me on the 17th of March. This was originally intended to be played out during a live stream of the second interview, but permission was withdrawn shortly before going live with that event. The third video is the raw footage sent to me by Vernon today from the recent update video. As you can see, we have 3 different bit rates, and when I shared this with backers, they asked why. When I pressed Vernon for an answer, he initially told me he didn't have time for this and would take a long video with the drone flying in a mirror and post the file. He then asked me to show him the data, which confused me slightly as they were files sent by him to me. Once I sent the same picture you see on screen now, he stated, "I feel like you're trying to do a gotcha. I'll ask my colleague if he upped the bitrate." We're yet to receive this response from Vernon's colleague or have any further explanation of why the bitrate changes from the 3 videos, 2 of which are filmed supposedly with exactly the same drone. I'm not saying the changing bitrate is a concern or a smoking gun, but I'm left again confused as to how the founder and CEO of the project is unaware of the technical data behind the posts he is updating people with. Viewers will remember that Vernon blamed the incorrect promo video showing 12 megapixels at CES on a colleague. This concerns me as a pattern of the key man who describes himself as one of the key innovators within the drone community, not having the data of his own drone at his fingertips. One other comment from backers which I thought worth mentioning was about the update video itself. It said, strangely, for a campaign which focuses so much on the excellence of the gimbal, it shows the rear of the drone almost exclusively excluding the gimbal. This is odd and perhaps simply an editing point from whoever put the video together. Thanks to Jason Burton for pointing this one out. You will notice this video is marked as an opinion video, because a lot of what is said here is just that, opinion. Some backers have asked me what my thoughts are. With the sheer number of outstanding questions and disputes open with backers right now, I find this update rather weak. Showing a drone which has been in development for this long, managing to fly and record footage should not be seen as a revolution. Perhaps if the drone was put through its paces a little more and we'd have had more evaluation of the gimbal. The camera was given one of the most simple tests it could have been given, fly up and down a corridor. Even then, I would argue there was no sign of the buttery gimbal promised time and time again. Fellow YouTuber and friend of the Geeksvana channel, Ash from Droning On, has commented the following. From looking at the most recent footage, there does not appear to have been any progress since footage from the same corridor was released 6 months ago. The gimbal provides anything but buttery smooth footage, and all movements of the drone are very apparent and visible. This old-fashioned budget brushed gimbal isn't capable of delivering smooth videos indoors, which means that it will deliver significantly worse results outdoors, as we saw from the previous update. As usual, Ash is on hand with some precise and accurate analysis of the drone. Whilst we are discussing Ash, we're all aware that he has been the subject of many comments and frankly attacks by Vernon Kerswell over his coverage and views on the Microdrone 4.0. I for one would like to thank Ash for standing up for the backers on this project. The content he put out on this campaign stands up to scrutiny and is solid work from a channel renowned for sticking up for the small guy. There's a link in the description to his video and channel. Finally, I have an open message for Vernon. You have been given an opportunity and substantial funding to create a great product which could be an asset to the drone community. Every business experiences difficulty. Every new product will go through development hell. However, the way in which you have treated your backers is, in my opinion, disgraceful. You have treated the comments section of your campaign as someone with a god complex, switching from trolling backers raising issues to completely ignoring others, simply stating that people should trust you and the process. Why have you not taken the same approach as another crowdfunded project from 00, the Hover 2? This project is also delayed, But to this day, the companies still offer backers a full refund on request. I'm not raising 00 as an example, by any means, but the fact that they offer such refunds means those still involved with the project want to be there and clearly recognise the toxic impact of not offering a simple refund has. Remember, this company is also well into the production process. Why is it that a small YouTube channel such as Geeksvana has, in the short time we've known each other, held 2 lengthy interviews, sent hundreds of direct messages, received raw footage, some of which have only been seen by me, but yet your own backers have many emails unanswered, campaign comments ignored or trivialised, and being left to try and gain refunds through chargebacks? The problems and issues with this campaign are not the making of your backers, also known as your customers. These are the very people who have made this whole project and your previous project possible. They should be cherished, opened up to and informed. Then you would have a phenomenal community there to support and assist the project to fulfillment. Instead, through your marketing video, you've chosen to mislead them from the start. Change specification as you see fit, ignore your own guarantees for delivery, and treat them like children who have no clue. Be aware, Mr. Kerswell, that my full investigation video will release. Be aware that I and others intend on following this story to its end, wherever that might be. You might minimise the value of your own backers. I do not.
Please remember to like and subscribe.
All right, you're still here. No in the seat.